Virgin Islands. All hail the Virgin Islands. To the Virgin Islands is where I give my heart and soul. Would I never trade it for no silver nor gold. Even if 1,000,000 copies I forget sold. This is where I wanna be until I'm gray and old. Virgin Islands is where I always want to be. St. Croix, St. John and St. Thomas, Rock City. To all of my friends and all my close family. And all the people who really believe in me. St. Thomas is where I was born and raised. And that's why I'm gonna love it always. Even though we come from the VI. The love that we bring, we're spreading it out worldwide.
Okay, so we're gonna run the next track. Ride a Slide. Ride a Slide, touch me.
Everybody hit me about Ride a Slide, like girl, they hit me to the core. Like,
Ride a Slide. I say, what? This one here. This a real. If it's any track on this EP that telling a story, is Ride or Slide. And I know people listen to music and be like, they sound good, I like this track or whatever, but people need to really listen to what you say in that track, because it's telling a story about things that you went through. Like, I ain't gonna let you say what you gotta say, and then we're gonna play the track.
Ride a Slide again was inspired by my daughter's dad, Chapa, most people know him as. And so the first verse was inspired by him, and the second verse was inspired by his friend named Smokey, that was a friend of mine, and he got killed a couple months after my daughter's father passed. I mean, there's a lot going on in St. Thomas and stuff. And like at that time when this stuff was happening, I was stuck in Korea. Like, so when my dad, I didn't say it, no, but I don't think I've ever explained this, but so when my daughter's father passed, I was in Korea. And I literally, so my daughter's birthday is March 13th. And I got released from New York for Drum March 12th. Like, so when I make it on her birthday, right? And I was able to stay there a month with her before I get sent overseas. And when I left home, I left her with him and my mom and his mom, my whole family in St. Thomas.
Right.
So I was in Korea a month, like literally like just 1 month, and he passed. So I had to, go through the whole thing again, getting a flight, getting leave approved,
and all that.
Just leave
Right.
and going home. And that was that. And then couple months after, I want to say maybe 4 months after, Smokey passed, and I couldn't go because it was like, well, you just leave, and this Smokey person in basically no blood to you, or no tie,
no
so
connection.
I couldn't get approved, and that really hurt my feelings over there. Like, yeah, because like like you overseas and you are away from your family already. So when tragedies happen, like, and you can't go home and connect and just basically get your mind right before going back to work. Like, I was unable to do that. So how I coped and healed was through writing and just recording and laying out my energy, you feel me? And so that's Ride a Slide. Yep.
Okay, well. No, I don't hear. Listen, right on my when you mention your daughter's father passing away, when I find out and I see that it hit, everything hit social media, I was like, my heart definitely went out to you, because I was like, I don't even know how she even, and I know you were overseas too, and I just I have feel so broken for you, because I know that was a lot to handle. So I just wanted to personally let you know that I had feel for you.
Thank you.
All right, so Ride a Slide, everybody.
Ooh, I can hold it together. Okay.
Try to write all these pages on me that you probably never see if I speak to you. One day it's a sweet melody, and the next is almost like a crying for help through you. People I know turn into people I knew. I had to cut them loose when I asked them why, but to ask you. Tell me, would you slide? That's the question that I'm left with. Would you watch me die? If bullets stop flying around, is you down for the ride? Is your word good as bond for a lifetime? Yeah. Would you ride or would you slide? That's the question that I'm left with. Would you watch me die? People constantly proving to me ain't nothing really ever what it seems. Even in my dreams, look closely at the check to make sure that fuck really for me. My biggest goal is to be happy alone. Most people fear that they don't find comfort in trusting that a mother skunt. That's a risk in your life and they don't hear that. Watch your face from these sides, cause it's clear everybody lying. When I look to the left and my right, only couple man was solid, had to start cutting ties. Pay attention, maybe you'll be surprised. Cause most of the realest people on your team right there in disguise. The man them you swear I will ride it. When fuck hit the fan, man start hiding. Mathematics so your boy start dividing. When you been the main one, I will provide it. Tears running on my eyes as I reminisce. When you physically no longer exist. People start getting closer to dismiss. Cause fucking love again, you're killing a place like this. Tell me where you slide. That's the question that I'm left with. Would you watch me die? If bullets stop flying around, is you down for the ride? Is your word good as bond for a lifetime? Is your word good as bond for a lifetime? Smokes, I tell you it will come in. You been the main one telling me to run that fuck. When I say you my name, fight too. You say fight, what fight too? Dog, I still can't believe that fuck. When no ups to me, you there, they fuck me up. I had just come back from Chap funeral. I was stuck in Korea and I couldn't fly down. Chilling on the porch, strap on your lap. One in the hair, Glock, don't cock back. I could never forget them conversations. I read niggas say get on or lay down. Promise they gon' deal with your fam when I make it. Loyalty forever, never mistake it. Read talk, read to you the truth. That's what he says in my ears, I sing in his boot. Tell me where you slide. That's the question that I'm left with. Would you watch me die? If bullets start flying around, is you down for the ride? Is your word good as bond for a lifetime? Is your word good as bond for a lifetime? A part of me died the night you get killed. And honestly, I've been running from reality ever since. I finally found an outlet to express myself and heal while preparing to explain to your 4-year-old daughter what that is. Jeffrey, Robbie, Jose, Shamal. To me, all is motivation, now or never. I pray your soul find peace. Love, Kiana, forever.
There you have it. That is right. A slide. A very, 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 very personal piece. Yeah, I hope you like it. That's all I can really say. I gave you the background. Yeah. That's one. You know when a roller coaster go?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Like that'll do it.
When I
Yeah,
listen to Ride or Slide, and even though it spoke towards your relationship and him dying, so that's why I wanted to ask you, when you wrote Ride or Slide, what did you want to give off? Like how did you want people to interpret you saying Ride or Slide? Because you could interpret it two ways. So
Ride or Slide was like you riding for me or you sliding away.
okay.
But I know that it could be interpreted. Would you ride and or slide, or like and slide? Would you ride and slide for me? Because I mean, some people think slide could mean two different things. Slide could mean you slide the fuck away. Slide could mean like I sliding with you, like we riding, we sliding, we're good. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, no. So I feel like when I wrote it was ride or slide. But like listening to it and growing with it, it was you gonna ride or slide, like, oh, you gonna ride or slide with me, like, type thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's really the interpretation of the listener. I would keep it
Okay.
as that, interpretation of the listener.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So ride or slide kind of touched me because I mean it wasn't for the as far as you losing people like that you were yes, you losing people that you were close to. Yes, it kind of touched me because listening to the song, I actually lost one of my best friends, like closest best friends, over the summer, in July, and we buried her in August. So it kind of touched me, like listening to your lyrics and you telling your story. It was just like I would think, and I would think about her every single day, and a day to go by that I don't think about this girl. And just listening to the song, it really touched me and it put me in like kind of a mood. I mean, I didn't get too sad, but like every now and again I had to feel it. So
right.
but after listening to the song, I wanted to ask, because I know like you in the social media type to be posting, and you don't post a lot of your personal life, but I know you have a daughter, and through the song I found out that she was 4 years old. So like I mean, and you don't have to say too much about that, because I know how people feel about their personal life, and just let sure that you don't want to have them in the limelight too soon or too young or whatever. But if you just want to say anything about her, anything like
my child, okay? Let me tell you about my child. I really considering getting her YouTube channel, because when she talking and she out and she have the phone in her hand, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Make sure you hit the like button, because you know these children nowadays watching YouTube so much that they don't get in them and hear what to say.
Welcome to my channel.
Right. I don't got to teach you nothing. You don't got it. You know what I'm saying? And why noticing like she's a dancer. She always dancing, and it's just like so crazy, because like most of her life, like I literally been away. You know what I'm saying? Like, because military, I really been away, and I wouldn't even necessarily point on the military completely. Like, you getting really exclusive. You feel me? Like, so like even where I is right now, like she can be here, right? But I gonna just keep it 100. When you think up, when she did come here for a small amount of time, right? And I walk. So me in the military hours is you don't know what you're gonna get.
You don't know, right?
Friday. Sometimes it's 5 o'clock, you getting at 7 o'clock. Sometimes it's 9 o'clock, you getting at 5 o'clock, right? And what was happening, she was with a babysitter more than she's with me.
With you.
You understand? So being overseas for such a long time, her being in St. Thomas with all her family, her little cousin, them, my parents, her father family, you know what I'm saying? She's surrounded by family every day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And for her to be here, and because I want her here with me, and is almost like she here with me, but she here with a babysitter. You know what I'm saying? It's selfish on me to do that. Or have her hair. Like, I saw mother, I want her hair. You know what I'm saying? But in a grand scheme of things, it's selfish. And I had to realize that and come to terms with that. Like, that's another reason that the music is so important to me, and pushing myself is so important to me, because it will create opportunities outside the military and beyond the military that I could get out freely and still be stable. You understand what I'm saying? To provide for her, to you do the same things I able to do right now. You understand? Like, I am fine. I am stable. Like, I the only thing that's wrong with my life is the biggest thing that wrong right now is her being away. You know what I'm saying? Like, I literally, like, the military, I would tell you, like, has provided security 360 all the way around for me, and I would always be grateful for that. You know what I'm saying? But it's just that the most important part of my life that I have to move on, that would push me to move on to the next level and not be stagnant because I comfortable here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I comfortable. You feel me? And I don't want to continue to be here. I want to make sure I push myself, and I be with my child. So
I'm out. DD 214.
Yeah, exactly. But nah, she's super hype. She's super talkative. Boy, she go talk, she go talk, and she like to dance. I mean, I see it in her. I feel like she gonna entertain. She gonna be an entertainer. I see that, like, from
That's
now.
good. So when you was mentioning that she away from you and is the hardest part, that's the hardest thing you're dealing with right now. I know people that that have their children at home with their parents too, and somebody else specifically, I ain't gonna call any names, but her son is at home with her mom, and she's in the military as well. But I understand when people in the military do that, because you don't want them to be like, you don't want it to like you said, they with somebody else more than they with you. You rather than be with family as opposed to living this military life, just going and coming and they barely seeing you. You don't want them to get accustomed to that kind of life. And then like, I know your daughter's father's family is, I want to say, bilingual, right?
Yeah.
So she get the opportunity to actually be home with them.
Most
She hearing
definitely.
them speak the different language, so she probably picking up on the Spanish and the English. So
Yes,
that's good for her. So you don't like, I don't never, when people say they have to send a child away or send a child to the parents, I don't knock that, because we all have to do what we have to do.
Right,
So
right.
it have its benefits, but you gonna miss them. But the benefits are still there. So I just wanted to mention that. And in Write a Slide, you drop some gems in this song, like some quotable. You have a whole lot of quotable moments, but I pick up on a few, but I want to mention two. Well, I'm gonna do an honorable mention. I can't remember now. I talk so much, I don't forget the line where you say you had to divide. Something happened and you had to divide.
Damn. Wait, people constantly proving to me, ain't nothing really ever seen. God damn, what a line.
I can't remember the line, and I forget to write it down.
Dude.
But I know you say something about dividing. That was a gem right there. But these two I want to
mathematics, how your boy start dividing when you been the main one out providing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's that one day touch me, and then I have two more. People you know turn into people you knew. That line right there. We in that stage of our lives right now, millennials, and we in our mid-20s, we getting older, we understand a lot of things about life, and just a lot of people that we had around us, a lot of people that we call friends, we lose ties, and it's not that we don't like them anymore, we hate them, or we create an enemy. It's just you ain't good for, like, you're not a vibe, like you ain't in a vibe for my life right now. So people you know turn into people you know, like that I feel that, because like right now I going through a phase in my life where I find out who for me and who ain't for me, and if you ain't for me, then ain't no hard feelings, but we can't be vibing like we used to. And then
wait, I go comment on that day. So
okay, go.
I want to say that I feel like, and I always keep this in my mind, people will come in your life. This is something that my cosmetology teacher, Miss Ruth, shout out to Miss Ruth. I haven't seen her since high school, but she said to me, well, to the class, people come in your life for different reasons and different seasons. They come for a season, they come for their purpose, and they leave when their purpose is fulfilled. You understand what I'm saying? Some people purpose and some people's season was 2 months. Some people's season is a lifetime, you feel me? But you are the determining factor. You know what's good for you. You could feel what's good for you and who good for you and who ain't, who making you go back to things that you did as a child. You understand what I'm saying? When you grown right now, you understand what I'm saying? Like, you is levels. Like you want to continue to progress and not go back to, you understand what I'm saying, what you were. Like, that should always be the goal to move forward. And I just feel like it's important to be cognizant of the people that you keep around you, and just keep an eye on the seasons when the season's over. And it don't have to be hate, and you know what I'm saying, animosity is like, I love you and I love our time for what it was. You understand what I'm saying? And that's just life.
But you just ain't a vibe anymore. Like, people need to understand that, like, ain't no hate. We went through what we went through. You were here for the moment, but you just ain't a vibe for me anymore. So yeah, I had to point that out. And this next one actually leads into like a question I'm gonna ask, and you would speak about it however you please. But this really, 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 really touched me. because I strongly believe in it. To be happy alone is my biggest goal. When you say that,
Okay.
that is so me. All my friends know, like my some of my friends will be asking like if I'm gonna get into a relationship, or like we do be talking about like being some of them in their relationships and they don't know how to be alone. And I just be like, I don't know how I do this because I learning from you, and I will be happily lonely for the rest of my life. I like being alone, having my alone time. Like sometimes it really gets lonely, but you have friends that you could call and you could go places, like you could do things. So I don't mind being like happy alone, be my biggest goal.
Right. So it's crazy because somebody asked me this question too. It was like, what you mean about being happy alone? Like your biggest goal is to be happy alone. Why would you want to be happy alone? Like, why would you want to be alone? And I was like, no, I feel like it was interpreted wrong. Like, so my biggest goal is to be happy alone. My biggest goal is to be comfortable with myself. My biggest goal is to be comfortable when nobody ain't around. I happy. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I know a lot of people, like, and I explain this, like, I know a lot of people that need people around. You understand? Like, need people. Like, I literally could go days, right? The only people that I talk to on a daily basis is my mother and my daughter. And that's the same phone call. You understand what I'm saying? That's the same phone call. I don't talk to nobody every day. You feel me? And I mean, that's something, honestly, like, I feel like I have conquered being happy alone. And now it's time for me to get out of that shell. Because even when you talk about like social media posting and putting myself out there, that has been probably the biggest struggle for me, just because I have never been a real social person. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I learned this new word because, you hear people say, I'm an introvert and I'm an extrovert. But is an omnivert. Omnivert is the both of them. You understand what I'm saying? Like, so it's basically the same thing what people explain. Like, so I social, but I social when I'm comfortable around the people I'm comfortable with. You know what I'm saying? And I just I feel like the biggest goal is to be happy alone. And I feel like at that time when I write that was the biggest goal. Because I tell you, this happened in Korea. And I was in a relationship for so long that I did not know how to be alone. So it's like you scratching your head, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what to do next type of thing. Right. And that was just my biggest goal. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I have to find myself. And I found how to be happy alone writing and expressing myself in my words and my work. And that's just what it is. And I feel like writer style was very necessary because I wanted everybody, because I already started working on music. I just wanted everybody to know where my mind was. You understand what I'm saying? And obviously, if I can't put out pages on me chapter 2 without putting out chapter 1, you know what I'm saying? So it was very necessary for people to know and feel me in the first chapter and progress with me. And that brings us into, I don't know if you had another question.
I will just go and pick, like I will go and follow up on
okay, go ahead.
I will follow up on what you said, and then I'm gonna ask, and in the end we can just have open discussion and talk about things before we go into the next track. Like in reference to the being happy alone is like people, I'm a strong believer in loving yourself. Self-love is the best love. And a lot of people our age don't have that characteristic. Like they don't have that in them. They don't have this self-love. And I feel like people need to learn that first before you can love anybody else, or somebody else can love you. If you don't love yourself, you gonna always be going in and out of relationships. You can your cycle is gonna be the same repetitive thing over and over until you learn how to spend time alone and love yourself, know your triggers, know what you want, know what you don't want. You're gonna always be going through the same cycle over and over. So I want people need to understand that for sure.
Yeah, most definitely.
But we're about to go into the last track on the EP. And then we're gonna go into some more questions, and then we're gonna wrap up the interview. But
okay, I let you run it and then we talk about it.
Okay, so you want me to run it? Okay. So the next track is Ego, which is a bonus track. I thought it was freestyle, but she'll talk about it after. But I thought it was freestyle. All right, here we go with Ego.
Seeking validation, like an annotation of this greatness. What? I was tripping, chefing this way, did it sipping. No, I scratch and scalp while I get it crown. Don't make a song. You ain't gonna catch me moaning. I'm too fly for that. Yeah, just like melatonin. I from rap. I cut in style and it hotting. Ego big for sorting. Pussy soften. Fight too hard, they gon' open the curtain. Bitches hating, bodies chopping. They were sleeping, they were yawning. Rise and shine, mother sun, good morning. Rockin' that Jivo, she like, yeah. You know who the fuck I is? I gon' call that hip-hop style. You know who the fuck I is? I gon' call that hip-hop what? Tell me what you feel like, spittin' that kilo, yeah. Net brick froze, I see like, rockin' that Jivo, she like, yeah. You know who the fuck I is? I gon' call that hip-hop style. Big boss certified, low pressure applied. Light out the crib like Huda, D-cup sitting, ass on super. Smoking hot like a shisha hookah. 100 round drum, me need no shooter. Stop, drop, pose for the pic. Suck it in, poke it out. Yeah, show them what you really bout. Baby girl, how you wet in a drought? Banco so fetching large, I can't fit it in my Chanel purse. Foreign designer imports, killing these hoes with potted horse. No me focus, back up, give me space, I move. I find a shit like, ooh, why you fucking up my groove? In the beginning, it wasn't feeling hot. I about to slide past and I 12 still in that. Aim on red, gotta target that. So when a time come, all I need one shot. Hardest in my city. Done them quick, don't show no pity. Trust our waist, I itty bitty. Buy up one my mother give me. Bitch, tell me what you feel like, spitting a kilo, yeah. Net brick froze, I see like, rockin' that Jivo, she like, yeah. You know who the fuck I is? I gon' call that hip-hop style. You know who the fuck I is? I gon' call that hip-hop what? Tell me what you feel like, spitting a kilo, yeah. Net brick froze, I see like, rockin' that Jivo, she like, yeah. You know who the fuck I is? I gon' call that hip-hop style. Big boss certified, low pressure applied.
There you have it, and that is Ego. Ego was the very last track that I recorded. The very last track, and it was produced by Raddy again. It was so crazy because Ego, the EP were done at Rider Slide. When I reached 6 numbers, it was done. Then I was like, yo, like I don't feel like I'm rapping enough. Like I feel like, yes, I have the freestyle, then I have Okay Yo. And then at first it was a freestyle, Okay Yo, Don't Feel the Same, Don't Recognize, and Ride a Slide, right? And Heavy wasn't even thought of yet, you know. And I was like, yo, I singing too much. I am not a singer. Like, okay, yeah, I don't sing, but me, I'm a rapper. Okay, let me rephrase that. Yes, I'm an artist, but I don't rap. I don't rap. You feel me? So, and that's just where I'm most comfortable at. And I was like, yo, I hit Raddy. I was like, yo, you need to send me a beat. Like, let me go. And most of the time, like I ain't gonna say most of the time, half the time, like for the song that he do, I think Raddy do 4 songs and most likely 2 of them, or I want to say 2 or 3, like I make the beat with him. I love working with Raddy because like as a hands-on person, and when he making beats, most of the time I right there. You feel me? So I would put my input in what he's doing in his work, because at the end of the day, we are team, and I did to better his product. You feel me? Because I mean, at the end of the day, it's my product, and he view it the same way. When I recording and I be like, dog, what you think about? You think I should say you, or you think I should say her? Or you know what I'm saying? And he would give me his feedback. Is always good for me because I trust his opinion. And sometimes like I don't just be going, like you feel me, I just be rapping and he'd be like, listen, you need a hook, like you feel me? So we kind of like, yeah, just bounce ideas off of each other. And yeah, so I appreciate him so much. For Ego, like I was here, I write that song in my studio on the phone with him, trying to teach me. I don't say trying. He was showing me how to use Pro Tools because I had just get it. And I just trying like, dog, I don't want to start cooking, please. And like I needed him so bad. I mean, I need Avio Seco to go and read, right?
Right.
So, it's a lot easier for me to call you that. What shock what it is like. And like it's like 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, okay, I know I tell you I was gonna call you back again, but I need to know how to. So like, he will answer my call like that. I love this man, so like, cause he just anything I need, man. Like he just there, and like that's why I always deal with him. We deal with each other proper, and yeah. So Ego was inspired again. Not again. Ego was inspired by me moving forward. Ego was basically like the start of a new beginning. Because if you see, I don't know if you'll hear in writer slide. At the end of writer slide, after I talk, is a page turn. Like so most people don't know. They probably like, what the fuck is that song? Like,
Oh yeah, I
that
did
probably
hear the
a
sound.
mistake. Is a page turning.
Chapter 2.
Shout out to Dante because he's another one. I call you like 2:30 in the morning, like Dante. What you think about? Mind you, the project done, Like he don't upload it, and I know these man will be like, dang, like what the fuck you calling me? I was like, hello, like, I was just thinking, what you think about us putting a page turn at the end? He was like, he was just super nice. He was like, yeah, we could do that. I mean, I was like, okay, because I thought you were going to tell me, yeah, but it's good. Because the thing, no, and I just like, I think this will be hard because, like, write a slide, it's like I say, it's down the roller coaster, like it ending, like, I'm saying, everything coming, wrapping up, and then Ego is kind of like the start of a new beginning. That's like, put it as a bonus track, and I'm saying, like, it just start off a whole new vibe. And what I like about Ego is that I super hype and just talking my shit. Like, is a level of confidence that in Ego for me that in like okay yeah. When I compare those two is because even though okay yeah I pop in my shit, I write that 2 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, majority of it 2 years ago. And I feel like Ego is like a different energy because I on to another chapter in my life. You know what I'm saying? And it's just a whole lot more confidence due to a lot of things. Success in my primary career, success off of goals that I set for myself as an artist. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, so it just inspired just based off of just confidence, and that's why I name it Ego. And I definitely have I have intentions to feature someone on Ego. I ain't gonna pour the name yet because I kind of still like waiting. You know what I'm saying? Because if I know Heavy was the single, but I gain a lot of feedback about Ego. Like Heavy and Ego is kind of like this. Everybody, like a lot of people like Ego, just like I say, confidence, and then people just fucking with Heavy. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
heavy
So
for me.
like,
Ego good. But it's heavy for me.
It's heavy for you. Yeah, so like, that's the song. Definitely the song that do better. Like I haven't like looked at numbers, look at stats, nothing. So like
Heavy probably gonna be.
At my 1 month mark, I go and look at things and just review everything and consider putting someone and a remix and just, you know, music video, everything, pushing it. So yeah.
A few things. You will hear it from me first, because I see you tweet and ask which song you think you should do a music video to. I see people saying Ego. A lot of people like Ego. A lot of people like Okay Yeah, whatever. I need a heavy music video. That music video will go so
Hard, yeah.
crazy.
I feel it.
I need that.
I feel it.
I ain't care what anybody else say. My pick is heavy. Boom.
I have an idea. That I'm thinking of to incorporate couple songs and do music videos. Like in my head, I just really, at the end of the day, like I here for fucking with me, like my fans. You feel me? Like what the people them want, the people them going get. You feel me? So like it's just waiting to review and get a feedback and get them what they want.
Let me tell you something. Your EP probably don't have 100 listens from me. You wanna know why? Thursday or Friday. So one of them nights I come home and it could have been someday. I come home and that EP run. I fall asleep, EP running, and my phone was charged at 100%. I fall asleep, wake up in the morning for work, and the EP was still playing. Because all my stuff and repeat. So that thing played through the whole night.
That's dope. I don't do that. And I would tell like my friends that doing music, like, listen, once I cool with you, like I gonna go hard for you. You drop any kind of music. Listen, I paying every month for Apple Music. I running your shit. Like even if my phone and my phone and low, like on silent, because I want to sleep, I still running your shit. You gonna get these streams on me. You feel me? Like I don't support. Like I gonna support my people, them regardless of what they're doing. And yeah, man, that's really, really dope. That's really, really dope. Yeah.
Yeah. So and what's crazy is, since you're speaking about EPs and projects dropping, I have a friend. He actually ain't from home. He went to college with me. He pledged fraternity with me, the band fraternity in college. He dropped in a project called the Green Project on October 22nd. He sings and he raps. He's an artist. And when your stuff dropped that same day, I sent it to him because he big on music and people dropping projects, whatever. And he ain't really talked to me about it yet, because I ain't follow up with him, but I don't follow up with him. But he asked me, the only thing he asked me was if I know you. So I don't know what he mean by that, but I tell him one of my childhood friends just drop an EP, it nasty, and you need to play it. So
right.
And I just have to make sure I plug him, because he project dropping on the 22nd. So I'll share that in the comments or whatever when we go. Yeah. Okay. But so we finished with all the tracks.
Like, with just how you said that, I feel like everybody doing that. And the reason I say that, like, so when you looking at like your top songs and stuff, like earlier today, when I was looking at the top songs, it was showing the EP straight from the first song to the last song. And what I feel is because people listening to it straight as a body of work, which was definitely the goal. And I pray, and if that is the case, I'm super grateful that like I wanted to put a body of work that means something that people connect to, and that no skips. You feel me? Like you could listen to this shit straight through and vibe to every song. You feel me? Like that was my goal, and I feel like I accomplished it. And yeah, man, like but then tonight I look at it and it's still in the same order, but okay, yeah, at the top. I like, oh, okay, the girl I'm showing up.
Okay, yep, the girl I'm definitely showing up, because that okay, yeah. Couple babies getting make up for that.
I could tell you.
But I did want to, we touched on it briefly, but I did want to segue into this when I asked you the question before we played Ego, when I stated the quote, my biggest, to be happy alone is my biggest goal. I wanted to ask you about your goals, like where do you see yourself in the future? Where do you see yourself in the next 5 to 10 years? Any goals, any expectations? Where do you see your career going? I can just like I can just add on stuff as you go. So just any goals.
So right now I am a student. I go to school
I
as
definitely meant to
well.
ask that.
I am working on my bachelor's degree. I have like 13 more classes. 14 more classes.
Bachelor's degree in what? Telling people them what you studying.
Just logistics. So
Okay.
logistics is my career field in the military. So
Mm-hmm.
it just made sense to me to
Mm-hmm.
obtain a bachelor's degree in that, because me getting out of the military, I somebody that have a plan A, plan B, plan C. I ain't gonna be slipping at any point. You feel me? I gonna always make sure that I good, regardless of what I doing. You understand what I'm saying? So this setting me up for whatever. You feel me? Like I definitely have confidence in myself and confidence in my ability that I am going to be successful in this rap industry and this music industry period, and dominate and represent for the VI, open a lane of music, or a different lane, a different perspective and rap and music period to the wall, introducing VI song, the song that the VI have, that just rap. You understand what I'm saying? Like I have confidence in myself that I gonna be that one. You understand what I'm saying? I gonna push myself to make sure that that happen, right? But at the end of the day, I have a child, and I gonna do what I have to do regardless. You
Mm-hmm.
feel me? Like like COVID right now, like a lot of people were depending on being able to perform, or depending on different things, being an artist, and it falling through due to not being able to, everybody home, nobody really going out no more, and even if it's streaming, it ain't the same thing that you would have been getting live and
Right.
stuff like that. Yeah, nah, for me, it's a backup plan is always it. Is always it. I can set myself up for sure. Yeah, and that's my goal, to put myself out there and dominate every time. Make sure that everything I put out, my body, I walk singles, I put my all into it, and I don't have step. That's my goal. Mm-hmm.
So you kind of touched on the casual, the collab earlier. So
Mm-hmm.
me ain't even gonna ask. Yeah, so we know that you have collabs. You want to do collabs. So me ain't gonna ask. We'll talk about it on
So
the
I
side.
mean, I could talk about one, because I have one already that already out there. So I don't know if you know about Bugsy show that he was doing, Bly or No Bly.
Mm-hmm.
I had submit a song, and we're getting a lot of Bly, everybody was fucking with it. Is one of my singles called Know That, and in parentheses Laddie Daddy.
Mm-hmm.
Featuring Timo, is a
Yeah.
really
That.
hot song. Huh?
Oh wait, yeah, I did. I heard about it. Not easy. Yeah.
Is that really I really love that song. Yeah, so that most likely is going to be the next release. Gonna get the project time to simmer. Like I said, already working on chapter 2. So
Right.
yeah, but I definitely have other potential features in the work. I just, sussing the scene. You
Right.
feel me?
It have
Yeah.
somebody I want to ask you about. Like I gonna ask you that offline. Me want start nothing here.
You can ask me now. You can ask me. Let me get in the real.
So he's a local VI artist and he up and coming. He really hot right now. What you think about Peanut the Real Nut?
I fuck with Peanut, and it's so crazy because that's
It's
the person for the
nutty.
feature. I gonna give it to you right there. That's the person. That's the person for the feature. For
Not
that
listen,
was the
I here for
person.
that. Peanut his vibe, his vibe just so real. Like Peanut the Real
Most
Nut.
definitely.
In
Most
music,
definitely.
half a plate. When I first heard half a plate, I was like, what it says, but I didn't know what the song was and I didn't know who he
Right,
was.
right, right.
I was like, and then when a TL jam, Joker to do the TL jams
Mm-hmm.
on Twitter, whatever. So well, I hear the song, everybody going off. I like, okay. Then my one friend, she put me onto it. So I said, let me go listen to the song on SoundCloud. So I run that song
Wait,
for the
I need
whole
a half
day,
a
half a
plate.
plate.
Put
Moved
up
up
on
state
stage.
to
Hey,
state.
hey, hey.
So
Yeah.
Peanut, whenever that collab job, I definitely gonna be here for it because that link up gonna be lit.
Nah, facts. Yeah, nah, I fuck with Peanut. We have a mutual friend engineer. His engineer. I linked with him actually when I was in Korea. It's crazy. We just form a friendship. He's really dope. Shout out to Celeb. But yeah, nah, Peanut was showing me love from the Yes Indeed freestyle. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't have any while I was away, really my ear wasn't to the street, so my ear wasn't to home really that much, especially after I was going through. So I mean, when like I had dropped the freestyle and he did show me love, he like had comment on the freestyle or like a post I make on Instagram, I think, or something, and I went and checked out his music, and you know what I'm saying, it's just been love since then. So yeah.
That whatever that collab job, I definitely gonna be on it.
Facts,
12 o'clock midnight, whatever you release, I did. But and I'm glad that it's like a local artist you try and collab with, because everybody need to put each other on. And I definitely at first was not a local artist, local rapper fan, because
No,
I moved to the States and it was like I get caught up in, because everybody that know me know that I love soca. But for a period of time, I had loose connection with all of that. I didn't even know most of the songs that the bands at home were playing. I didn't know any soca from the islands. I was just listening to rap music, R&B. I get Americanized so bad after being in college for 4.5 years. So after a while, I had to reconnect myself, and I started listening to a lot more local artists. And when I was dropping stuff like when Markia dropped her freestyle and what is that?
Right.
She dropped her freestyle in this your girl, Mama Love Me Say, looking love, yeah. So when she dropped that, like I want that, but that's my close friend. So I was listening to that, but then I get point a lot more things than when you drop your freestyle, because I think a little while after your daughter father had died, you make a freestyle to him and you post, I think you posted on Facebook or whatever.
Right.
Yeah. So that's when I reconnect. So I'm glad to see that the locals supporting the locals, it should always be like that. So I mean, I think you touched on it, but so like mainstream a thing for you? Like, would you want to be mainstream?
Almost definitely. Like, so my next project, I definitely plan on incorporating, because I tell you, I don't yank. You hear me yank, you would never know that I am from America. The only issue with me yanking is that when I learn to yank, I learn to yank from somebody from New York, right?
New York.
And then when I was in Korea, my first year, my roommate was from Georgia. So I picking up on horse slang. So when I come back to America, it's like, bitch, where you from? Like, you still like you from New York, you know, like you from Georgia, like make up your mind. Like, okay, well, I am none of these, but it's good. So like, you know what I'm saying? The issue with me being in the military and my accent is that, especially when you start to move up in the ranks, you want to make sure that your messages are clear and concise. You want to make sure that when you point out information, people understand you. You never want it to be that you say something and somebody either misinterpret or mishear you and go and do something else, and it costs them their life, God forbid, or something like just miscommunication. That's a thing, and that's very possible, especially when you have a strong accent and people either don't want to insult you by asking what you say or asking to repeat. Because I mean, that shit that gets sickening. Like, you can repeat what you say. I don't want to fucking repeat what it is I say. Like,
me coming to college, that was dead.
Right. Listen, my phone. Okay, yeah. So nah, but yeah. So I lose my train of thought.
Mainstream.
Yes. So now my accent, I feel like at the end of the day, like me, I just try and be understood. It ain't even about me picking yanking over home, because when I around anybody from home, I speaking like I home. You understand? I just am over the repeating or wondering if people hear me right. Because, you know, if I were in a civilian wall, like, or a regular job, that's cool. Like, I really don't give a fuck if you hear what I say. Like, you would figure it out. You know what I'm saying?
That's me bad.
No, it's important. So I just have to, you know, be cognizant of that and take other people needs into consideration, really. That's that. But mainstream is definitely a thing. I do plan on incorporating my yanking accent, but definitely both. Cause you got knife on the VI for sure. You understand? It ain't gonna be like you hearing me
hiding
like,
at all.
No. I going they gonna know like what going on. But I do plan on, because I feel like you have to give them what they want. You understand? At the end of the day, this is an industry in their place. Really, this is their
Exactly.
stuff.
Right.
When we have our own industry,
Mhm.
sort of, right?
Mhm.
But we're so small.
Yeah.
The numbers, like, is impossible. When I say, okay, a lot of people say nothing is impossible, but it's impossible because we don't have the numbers. We
Right.
we're small as fuck. You understand what I'm saying? It's not
You have to be
impossible.
versatile.
It's not impossible to get the numbers because wow, 50,000 people could listen to the song 100,000 times or how much ever thousand times and get you numbers, but it's gonna take a longer for you to get there versus millions of people listening to your shit. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So I feel like yeah, most definitely moving forward, like I going, yeah, give it to them.
Okay.
Mhm.
It's definitely something because when I can be sharing everything up. I can be like, yeah, I know 5'2". Like I know you think you know her, but I know her. Just to let her know. But just to like bring stuff on a more casual, lighter note, or whatever, because we speak about a lot of serious stuff like with the
Mhm.
EP and your life or whatever. So I want to like do something more casual, so I can just ask you questions about like your favorite stuff. So I know
Let's
you can
go.
answer it. If you don't have one, then you could just say you don't have one, but we can just go. So first thing, what is your favorite? Who we kind of touched on this, so you probably gonna say that again, but I can still ask it. Who is your favorite rapper?
Damn, I can't give you. I don't.
Okay, give
I
me
can't say
three. Give me
favorite.
three. Give me a top three.
Damn.
Is that
Damn.
hard? Okay, just
Damn.
list some that you like.
Little
Uh-huh.
baby. Mm. Man, I gonna just keep it a buck. Like, Tory Lane's fucking bad. Like, this man bad. The issue is it just have so much controversial shit happening right now.
He just
And kind of like, dog, like,
he
what you
problematic
doing?
right now. It's just a touchy
Yeah,
subject right now. I
man.
understand. I like Tory
But
Lanez.
when this man
He
spit,
bad. Yeah, he bad.
I like,
And I
you
see
feel me?
I see
Yeah,
him perform live before his live performance is lit too. But I had to back off from Tory a little bit because I
yeah.
ain't sure.
Got a
Like
lot
you
of
know, I can't pick a side. So I try to stay as neutral as possible in whatever come out. Cause my one friend, he always on my phone saying, "Oh, you seen what just you see?" And I just like I ain't picking no sides here. So
I feel like, damn, this is a tough one. I feel like I don't listen to so much. I really can't give you an honest answer because it's like I don't listen to them across. Like, who I listening to right now?
Okay, let's go. Let's sit down.
Who I listening to right now? Lil Baby. I don't listen to A Boogie a lot. Money Baggio. Some of his stuff, no, but a lot of his like first stuff when he started to really get hot. And my favorite song from him is called No Love. I fucks with that song so hard. Of course, Nicki Cardi B have most definitely hits. I listen to her too, but it's, you know what I'm saying, it's like nothing that I can't say favorites because I know people that have these men as their favorites that are diehard fans, and I don't compare to that. You know what I'm saying? So, that's all I would say. That's all I would say. I really can't think of nobody right now.
Okay, well, but I ain't forcing you to say because
No.
yeah.
Good.
So, your favorite singers?
Oh, we already established that. You know, Kehlani,
One time. Okay.
Kehlani. Chris
Um,
Brown. I always been a Chris Brown fan. I always been a Chris Brown fan.
Chris Brown is my cousin in the past life. No man.
Is
In the past life, like Chris, I am a diehard Chris Brown. I went to Chris Brown concerts 2 years back to back, and if you would have had a concert this year, I would have been there.
nah. I definitely a Chris Brown fan. Yeah.
Okay.
That's about it.
Favorite food?
I is a foodie. Listen, Like, I have to just say one? Like,
you could say a few.
My ideal plate of food, and I would tell everybody this, like, dub me up when you see me, like, you feel me? Stew chicken. Stew chicken. It have, like, Spanish stew chicken, and then it have, like, home stew chicken, Caribbean stew chicken, either or, rice and peas, or rice and beans. Whichever one. Plantain for sure. Plantain have to be my plate. Plantain for sure. Potato salad. Either potato salad or coleslaw. Like, I like cold stuff. I like a little side of something cold. So either potato salad or coleslaw. That's the ideal plate that every day. When you talk about like Thanksgiving and shit, like, I need some stuffing in there.
Stuffing, coleslaw. Yep. What about a Big Mac?
Yeah, no, I definitely forget that. So yes. But ain't everybody cooking. Like, if I cook, I would cook like stew chicken, rice and peas, plantain, and maybe do a potato salad. Like, unless like I have like a whole bunch of people over, I ain't cooking. I love you if I'm making baked macaroni and you get rice and peas. Shit.
So I will just make a confession right here right now. I am not a rice cooker. Every time I try to cook rice, it don't work. So if I feel like as a macaroni connoisseur, I have perfected my grandmother recipe of macaroni. So if I feel it like that, I make it work, but it ain't gonna have no rice. You won't see no rice on my plate coming from me.
So let me tell you about my rice journey, because people are like, oh, you can't cook, she can't cook rice. Rice, unless you're talking about Uncle Ben's, is not as easy as people make it.
Rice is not easy.
With rice, like, I can cook this chicken and I gonna have some rice and do this thing, fail the rice, right? The rice hard. I be like, what happened? I don't boil the thing. You feel me? I don't boil it. It don't look like that, but then you're crunchy.
Trade the whole part away.
Man, listen, and then you put too much water and then it's saggy and soppy and mushy like potato. But so what I learned, because I know to do it now, but like I don't try to pour my seasoning or whatever I want to pour in the specific type of rice, then put the rice in it and then mix it, get it out and it's saturated, and then put the water and then let the water boil off and close the rice and turn the stove and low so that it's steam cooking it.
Yeah.
And that saved a relationship. It definitely did. It's like, yeah, Monoscon, I could cook rice now. What the fuck you saying? Like, what going on? Like, like, you could have leave me before I would have understand. Like, say
but I could cook rice now, so you ain't got a place to go.
Exactly.
Like my last time cooking rice, I learned about like the steam is what really to get your rice to get perfected. But after that, it come out wrong after the last time, and I just ain't turned back. So rice, I'll try it sometime in the far future. But yeah, so for your food, what's your favorite genre of music? Oh God.
Favorite genre of music, I would say it depends. It depends on emotion. Cause sometimes like I don't know what it is if I just wake up on the wrong side of the bed. Sometimes I just don't feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes you wake up and you just like, today is not it. Like this ain't it. This is not it. And you just want to listen to R&B all day. And yes, some days I just wake up hype. Like it just it just depends. Like I would say 50-50 R&B and not 50-50 R&B. 50 rap or 40 rap. 50 rap. No. 40 rap, 30 R&B. I can't say. 40 rap, 40 R&B, and 20 jazz. I like jazz music.
Yeah. That one called about there. We're expecting to say jazz, but that's good. Like I said before, the versatility. But that's for music. And then what is your favorite pastime?
What do you mean?
Like your favorite pastime, like something like something you like to do when you ain't doing nothing, like when you're in a work to go to pastime, yeah.
Cooking, drinking tea. Well, eating. I said cooking and eating. I like drink as a tea drinker. Let me see something. Hold on. Let me see something. Hold on. Can I switch this? Oh, tea. Tea. Wait. I have to show you how to tea. Tea. You think it's a game? Tea. I am so serious. Tea. Tea. I went to China and I leave China with tea. And I have another one. This is so cool because like it look like fruit and you just like take a couple out and you boil it and they are already sweet. So it'll just open up like a
infused into the water.
Yeah.
Wow.
Tea. I'm a big tea drinker. I drink a lot of tea. So
listen.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting you to say that either, but I love like every morning I try to make sure I drink a cup of tea. With my tea, I don't put sugar in my tea. So I'll put honey, lemon juice, and I'll mix every time I make a cup of tea, I mix in it with apple cider vinegar. At first, I hated apple cider vinegar, but I grew up like it.
I don't drink. Hold on. Cause I do. See, I got you.
You gotta have it.
I don't put it in my tea though. That's a false. But I guess like that works. I mean,
yeah.
I don't just drink it and drink.
Yeah, water. For a lot of people that don't know how, like at first I didn't like to drink it by itself. I had to grow that had to grow on me. So I used to just mix it with like a juice or my water or my tea. My tea was the best way I found to drink it. So I used to mix it with my tea a lot. And I kind of on a weight loss journey right now. So I trying to stick with that every single day. So
let me tell you something. I don't probably go on a weight loss journey. This is my problem. I don't have no self-control. Like I would cook or I would go to eat. Like if you ever out with me to eat, right, you would think, right, what the fuck wrong with this girl? Like I know when people go out with me, especially man, like listen. I order in. Listen, because when I buy myself, I said to you that I like to eat when I go out, especially we go to a Caribbean restaurant. I order it. The macaroni, the plantain, the potato, everything, right? So like it's really funny, like when somebody take me out or when I go out on a date, because I'm dating, or when I go out on a date and I order in all these things, like I do subliminally watch the vibe of the man. Like how he move. Like I like man that'll be like, get what you want, babe. Like whatever it is you want, because I don't eat.
Well, let me get it.
Exactly, no. But not only that, I don't eat like that when I by myself. You understand? So when I with you taking me out, me got no style. You understand? No. But if I see that you have an attitude with that, you have a problem with that, listen, we ain't going out again anymore. Right. Because you feel me? I can't do that. Nah. And I would gladly pay for my food and your food and send you about your business because I don't eat every time. That's how I is. Like that's just how I is. I like what I like. And ain't even I go eat all of it, you know. It's not even I eat all of it. It's a different flavor all together that I just spoil like that. That's why I like to. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I have one more favorite, and then I have two more questions, which is more like inspirational questions, and then we'll wrap it up. So one more favorite. What would be, if you haven't been there before, what is or what would be your favorite place to visit?
Damn. What is and what would be?
Yeah, you could do both.
So my favorite place was China, and I said that I visited Beijing. I had a really dope experience there. I was up in the mountains. It was just so peaceful. Like it had monks and like it was so peaceful. I really love it over there. I feel like Asia in a whole is a vibe. Like I tell you, I lived Korea 3 years, and I just I grew this love for there because I did a lot of healing there from things that were going on in my life, and I met a lot of friends and people that I hold dear to me, you know what I'm saying? Like I was there for a while. In my head, I feel like that's a second home, because I live Korea longer than I live in the States. So, but China definitely was probably like the best overseas experience for me, and where I would want to go. I would say the Maldives. I see that they were really pretty. I was like,
Definitely.
the next trip.
I definitely would want to go to the Maldives. Maldives is definitely on my list. So that's a good pick.
Yeah.
Good. So the two questions. First question, we know that we're in a pandemic right now. Well, technically, I say the back end because it's been here so long, but we're not sure if this is the back end.
Right.
Has the pandemic affected you in any way, and how has it, or anyone you know, or any people, like, how do you feel about the pandemic?
How do I feel in the pandemic? Well, the pandemic got me in restriction. So, like, I went to school for promotion because I not too long ago got promoted. I got promoted September 1st, right? And I went to school for promotion in February, and the school was a 2 months course. And at the time when I started school, they were talking about the pandemic briefly, but nothing too serious. And right before my graduation, it was like, oh, no more flying. Everybody on lockdown. Mind you know, me's I'm home, I in Virginia at the school. So I was like, dude, I am not trying to be stuck here. I was living in a hotel for almost 2 months. That's
You in
shit.
Fort Lee?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right to be shit for me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That shit would drive. It was driving me crazy already. But longer than 2 months in a hotel, it just feel like the world's closing in a year.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Then the pandemic hit, so everything will close. Like we find like comfort in being able to go like the hookah bar in Richmond, and different stuff we would do. And then when the pandemic hit, everything closed. It's like, dog, I'm over this shit. And then they finally let us out and free and let us go home. But when I say home, I mean here in Georgia, and since then we've been on restrictions, so I haven't been able to fly home to St. Thomas since January, because I was in school, and then after that they put us on restrictions, so I'm currently still. Yeah, so that's how it affected me. As far as health wise, people that I know, yes, it has affected two people that I know, but not detrimental. They're okay. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because this pandemic is something crazy. I could go on and on for days talking about it, but I ain't trying to get into that. But I wanted to ask you that because I wanted to get like you are a regular person like us. So I just wanted to get your feel and what your opinion on it and your thoughts. So
I thoughts as far as the virus itself and why I feel
no,
about it.
you answer the question. Like what you say.
Okay.
I ain't want to get into the politics of it.
Yeah,
people could get. So my next question was, and my last question to you, to leave it on a more uplifting note. If there's anything that you could, any words of advice that you could give, or anything that you could say to young girls coming up that are inspired to be artists or anything in life, what would it be? Anything, whatever you want to say, just say it.
Believe in yourself. Listen, when you hear ego, right, and I talk about remember them days I was wasting time seeking validation, lacking annotation of this greatness. When I tell you, right, that's that's probably the realest line out of the whole project, because of the fact that, and at the end of the day, like, I was grateful that things were the way that it was, because it made me wait. It made me wait until now. It made me wait until the project was actually ready, because if I had put it out before, it would have been prematurely, right? But even if I waited this long, right, it still doesn't take away from the fact that I didn't believe in myself wholeheartedly. Like, it's like I will explain it, like, I would rap, and it's like, you can rap? I can rap. You're like, I can rap? You think I can rap? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I need to make sure it ain't just me that feeling that I can rap. But, sometimes you don't even need nobody to conform Why you feeling? Because a lot of the times the people around you can't even see your vision. You feel me? Like, it's like, yeah, you song all right. All this time, you supposed to be a fucking superstar and you just loafing, like, worrying about the opinions of the common folks. That's really why, when I say common folks, people with like minds of others that don't recognize greatness on a jump. You know what I'm saying? And my biggest thing is to believe in yourself, and your belief and your encouragement is all that you need. That is all that you need. Don't waste time waiting for somebody to tell you dope when you're seeing it in the mirror every day, when you're hearing it for yourself every day. And that's that. Believe in yourself.
I know it might have seemed like I wasn't listening, but I was listening, but I was looking down trying to find something, because when you say people, you're asking people to say something and people telling you that you song good or you song all right. Me whole time you could be a superstar. My cousin posted on Facebook the other day. She say, "Stop asking blind people to proofread your vision. When you just say that, that bring out." That definitely bring out this quote. And my cousin, she's actually a licensed family and marriage counselor. So I'll plug that as well. Yeah, so she into those kind of stuff. So when she posted, I definitely had to share it. And when you just say that, it definitely made me say, let me go find her so I could say the exact words here now. So, but that was definitely some good words of advice, because people need to really, 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 really be believing in themselves, especially in this day and age, because our generation is like the mobile generation, the technology generation, the generation that getting up and going and getting it for themselves and not waiting for anybody to hand them anything. So that was definitely some good words to share for the young generation coming up. And if it's I don't have any more questions. I don't have anything else to say. If it's anything else that you want to share with your fans, the viewers, the listeners, you go ahead. Plug yourself, whatever, give your social media names. Just do your thing. I give you your time.
Almost definitely, you don't know what time it is. It's your girl, Fight 252. I from Rock. Where you from? You don't know. So my my social media handles is @official52. That's @official5 word 2. Most people ask why, it's 52. They let the numbers and one and like your music, and then at the is really for like Instagram and Twitter. They won't allow me to pull the parentheses. So official, it would have looked like official 52. You understand? And I just didn't want that misinterpretation. So that's why I do it out like that, for those who didn't know. So again, it's @official52. You can find me on Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Make sure you go and stream up, share up, like it up, share it with your friends and your family. Pages and Me Chapter 1, the EP out now. You don't know what time it is. Love and respect, y'all. Pick up yourself.
All right. So, and I just want to tell you thank you, and I really, really appreciate you giving me the opportunity, because when I see that you were dropping an EP, and it's so crazy how the universe works, because this homegrown series, a lot of things I like to let it sit and marinate so I could know exactly what I want to do. And when I see like my tattoo already coming together, and I gotta gear up on this, and I had other people and things in mind, but when I see that you were dropping an EP, I say I have to get on this, because she need this exposure, and I need to get it. I need to get it off the ground. So what better way would it be than putting somebody on that I know? So everything just work out. That's why when I see your tweet, I say, nah, I got reach out to her, because I know her. Like, ain't like somebody I just meeting or a random tweet I pull up, and like we know each other. So I really appreciate you giving me the opportunity to bring you on my platform and giving you the exposure. I definitely look forward to us having more experiences together. I definitely would want to bring you on an episode of my podcast from the previous conversation that you were having, because that's a very good topic. So
we're going to get on it. I don't know if I have hate, or let me tell you something. I don't see them, I don't see them on Facebook. And some of them is people that like I really good friends with. That's the crazy thing. You know what I'm saying? But I go say, I have a lot to say, because I ain't chicken, I go just leave it. I go leave it.
And definitely thank you. And like 52 said, you guys go ahead and go on. It's on Apple Music, Spotify. I can't remember the exact two other links, but everything is good. everything is going to be posted in the description for you guys to click on the links and go and stream the EP, Chapters of Me. And wait, no, chapter 1, Pages of Me. I say, I don't know what I just do.
Chapter 1.
Right.
I hairstyle like
Right. Pages of Me, chapter 1. And yeah, this is post 5-2, and I hope you guys enjoyed it.